Welcome back to the channel. It has been some time since I posted my last video, mostly because of the holidays, as well as settling down with the new 4th edition. Today, I'll be providing some short updates of the game, so sit back and enjoy. So, if you haven't known it yet, I am from Singapore, and my Kings of War community is generally active and playing lots of games since the launch. Shout out to my SG community, and let's vomit out more games. In my previous video, I did a comparison with the key rules changes from 3rd edition to 4th. I will not be elaborating further on what I had covered, but if you are interested of the changes in this list, do check out my previous video. Now, to top up some of the core rules you may probably missed. The first is that units charging off the hill no longer gets TC1. I think this is an okay rule to so-called balance hills, preventing them to be hugely advantageous during deployment. Next change is that objective tokens are 40mm big, with the capture range at 3 inches. This effectively makes them similar to objectives in systems like Warhammer 40k, so you can reuse your circular objective mats. This next key change is that individual units no longer have that free turn to face the enemy when shooting. You still do get it before issuing a move command. Individual units also now blocks line of sight, unless it is yielding. We also recently got a Ask Me Anything session from the Mantic team. I managed to filter out the important FAQs. Here are the gameplay ones. The first one, they clarified that the rally rule does not affect itself. Next, they clarified about the intent of a yielding unit, which they confirmed that at all times you can ignore it, except ending your unit move on top of it. The yielding unit does not tie down a combat, so the engaged unit can simply walk away, charge off anything or even be shot at. For Spellwood, they confirmed that it works on all spells and not just magic missile. Next FAQ is about a fearless unit withdrawing and bumps into a friendly unit. They have confirmed that you'd still waver, as there is no test at the point to discount away the waver. The next FAQ is interesting. They confirmed that any increasing brutal effects do stack, particularly directed to the halflings, where they can stack their brutal D3 with their plus D3 brutal command, for a potential brutal 7 with an item. Another community concern was Grupp Longtail, where they assumed his blast rule affects spellcasting. The AMA shut it down and confirmed that it was not intended, and the blast is only for melee. Next, it seems that there are non-infantry individuals that are spellcasters and could take Host Shadow Beast from the Arcane Library. They have confirmed that the unit could not cast on itself if it is not an infantry or cavalry. For the final gameplay rule, they confirmed that the chain lighting is capped at 2 units for Stormforge Shrine. Now onto FAQs on models and factions. They announced that there are plans to replace the 1st edition sculpts as a short answer, but cited some challenges. They also explained that they are trying to remove the 2-unit terms for heavy and monstrous infantry, but couldn't wrap around how best to show this, as they still wanted to keep the base sizes bigger. 4th edition also saw many sub-factions disappear, such as Order of the Brother Mark, and they explained that the armies are taking shape in the lore and will be released when more books or laws are released. An interesting question was posed, which I am too was very concerned of. Players are concerned about a codex creep when armies get outdated for being updated first, or armies being at a huge disadvantage if updated last. They said that there was no intent for any codex creep and plans to do updates like Clash of Kings in the previous editions for all armies. Lastly, the team will be collating and producing a FAQ list, which is expected to be ready by the first week of February. I'd like to share my personal experiences after playing a handful of games. These are my key observations so far. Point 1. Shooting has been noticeably toned down. Ranged units now struggle against opponents who are stealthy, fearless, headstrong, or supported by healing. Point 2. Infantry hordes have become very powerful. They bring high unit strength to compete for objectives, strong nerve to endure in combat, and a wide front arc that enables deeper charges and wraparounds. Point 3. There was a lot of theory crafting about cavalry being weak, especially since thunderous charge is lost when hindered. However, in practice, having even one fast cavalry unit on the flanks applies significant pressure to the enemy. Point 4. Combat overall feels more grindy and more engaging. Instead of alpha strikes deciding the outcome in a single exchange, battles now unfold over multiple turns, With units being toned down and infantry blocks holding high nerve, the game emphasizes sustained dice rolling and tactical endurance. In summary, the game has shifted toward resilience, positioning, and long-term strategy. These changes make each battle more dynamic, challenging, and enjoyable. Let me emphasize that the opinions I'm sharing are based on my own games at 2,300 points. I found this level to be quite balanced for list building. Equally important is the question of gameplay duration. At 65 minutes, I felt there was more than enough time to complete a match. However, I do consider myself a fast player, so this observation requires more data from the wider community. Perhaps 2,500 points could also work well, but that remains to be tested. For further context, all of my games so far have been played with the Undead. I absolutely love this faction. Their unique rules and numerous advantages make them incredibly fun to play. I will certainly be producing more army review videos in the near future. Now, I know there are still many voices engaging in theory crafting about 4th edition. My advice is simple: play more games. Experience it firsthand. You'll quickly discover the enjoyment and realize that one of the most rewarding aspects of the game lies in the list building process. And if you truly want to clock a large number of games, I extend an open invitation. Come to Singapore and meet my community. We have a vibrant group of players who are always ready to challenge you and share the fun. Just a quick heads up for the community. There are 2 exciting 4th edition tournaments happening next week. The first one is in Australia, the Clash of Kings Australia. Players there will be battling it out across 6 games at 2,300 points. The army lists are set to drop tonight, and if you're curious to hear more, the Countercharge podcast will be covering them in detail. Meanwhile, over in the United States, another tournament is on the horizon. This one will feature 5 games, but at a slightly different level, an interesting 2,150 points. The lists for that event are already available, and you'll find the links in the description. So whether you're following the action from afar or gearing up to play, both of these tournaments promise to showcase the evolving strategies of 4th edition. Thanks for sticking with me through the whole video. If you've got any thoughts or questions, drop them in the comments below, or join the discussion in the Kings of War Fanatics Facebook group. I intend to make more videos like this in the future, including battle reports and army reviews. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you soon in the next video.